Why these Mexican fish do the wave? The mollies are prey for an array of winged predators, including egrets, kingfisher, and cascades. When birds dive to attack, the mollies fish and swirl. In the sulfur infused ponds of Tabasco State in Mexico lives a tiny silver slip of a fish, the sulfur molly. The toss is a rock and you might see a bunch of them dance. The water surface will erupt in pale pulsing waves spreading through the eerie blue like milk through coffee. Every few seconds, thousands of fish will repeat a quick diving motion to generate the wave, sometimes for up to 2 minutes. Why? Biologist asks, what purpose could this flashing serve? The mollies are prey for an array of winged predators, including egrets, kingfishers, and quixotes. When birds dive to attack, the mollies flash and swirl. Scientists in Germany, unable to visit the fish because of the coronavirus pandemic, analyzed hours of video taken over the course of 2 years of bird attacks, both real and simulated by a researcher, and believe they may have decoded the message being transmitted by the fish. It seems to be aimed at predators perched on the shore, they report in Current Biology on Wednesday. The message reads, "We see you, we are watching, don't try any funny business." Not every bird attack triggers the uncanny flashing, said David Baerbach, a biologist at the Linwich Institute of Freshwater Ecology and Inland Fisheries and an author of the newspaper. Kingfisher, for instance, cannonball into the water and provoke the mollies into flashing nearly every time. But cascades are subtle, they dip just their beaks in, they rarely set off a response. This observation gave the researchers a way to test their hypothesis that the flashing could result in a change in the predator's behavior. They set up perches along a sulfur stream as well as camera to film hunting cascades. After a bird had made one pass over the water, a researcher with a slingshot triggered the waving behavior in the fish, imitating something the cascades saw routinely when a kingfisher was hunting alongside them. Now they could compare undisturbed hunting and disturbed hunting. As the fish rippled and seethed, the cascades sat on the perches nearby. Over the course of more than 200 hunting sessions, the researchers saw the birds waited twice as long before starting another pass than when the water remained undisturbed. When they did attack again, they were much less successful at catching a fish than with still waters. Without the interference of the researchers, the bird caught a fish more than half the time. With the sink slot in play, it was less than a quarter of the time. When the researchers watched kingfisher, they saw the more times the fish flashed, the longer the birds waited, as if they were waiting it out too. That response suggests that only does the fish flashing behavior make it harder for the predator to zero in on fish, but the birds also know that their efforts are more likely to be wasted once the fish begin. This is an intriguing observation because if the fish were merely trying to escape from the predators, they could dive deeper and stay down longer, though the low oxygen level environment of a sulfur pool means that they cannot stay under indefinitely. They are perfectly capable of more extended stays below, Berwick said. They can stay for about 2 minutes or 3 minutes under the water, he said, but they don't do it. They come quickly back to the surface and repeat the diving very synchronously, very rhythmically. Synchronized behavior, like in swarms of fireflies that blink in unison or flocks of birds that move together in carefully spaced pattern across the sky, has long fascinated scientists and anyone else who is lucky enough to have seen it. But so far it has proved difficult to pinpoint exactly what benefits the creatures receive from it and why it might have evolved. The sulfur mollusk seems to be one of the rare cases in which the benefits of a synchronized behavior can be teased out. The birds learn to avoid these waving fish shoals afterward because the chance of getting a fish is lower if the waving is happening and the fish don't get eaten, which is a win-win situation. Bareback said, "This is how a signal can evolve. If both birds, the sender and receiver, have a benefit from that. Much remains to be learned at Diablo's sulfur pool. At the moment, we just look from above at what Bareback said, and now we want to go below the water surface with underwater cameras. The researchers hope to discover how the first fish that dive are able to signal others and if their dives vary depending on the type of disturbances. We have to go underwater to see that," he said. Thank you.